And you and I and lots of businesswomen we know are going through lots of changes in their business. And often with these transitionary periods, there are a lot of decisions to make. So it could be that you're going traveling. Maybe you're heading off on a holiday, and all of a sudden there's a whole lot of decisions that need to be pre-made before you get on a plane, before you leave your business on its own for a little while. Maybe it's like one of my clients where they're moving their business out of home for the first time and into a leased property, which means there's a whole lot of new decisions. Where is the machinery going to go? How are we going to welcome people in? What is the reception going to look like? Maybe it's like another business owner that I've got in my program, and they have just not long ago settled on their second location, bought a second business. It's the same as their first, but obviously there's a whole lot of decisions to make to get that business operating the same way as theirs. And so with all of those things, as we go through these transitions, there is a lot of decisions to make for you. And I'm finding myself feeling this way still this week after last week, where we launched our new brand, we launched our new website, we launched our new podcast. And in doing all of that, as the business owner, there's a lot of decisions for me to make. Now, this can happen just normally because you and I, we make a lot of decisions generally, because if you are running a household, if you are the mum, so you're making lots of decisions for children, and you're running a business, your decision-making load is huge just on an average day. When you come into these transitionary periods where there's a lot of decisions to make, so it could be life stuff too, right? It could be you're shifting house, you're making a decision about whether you move house or not. Those things increase the number of decisions you have to make during the day. And just like a muscle, your brain, or the part of your brain that helps you make these decisions, gets tired. And here's what happens. Instead of you stopping making decisions, because that's not possible, we still have to keep making decisions, your brain starts making what feels like the easiest or the least risky. So often that means that we make a decision that feels good in the moment rather than a decision that future us will thank us for. And it means that your brain, for me, I talk about it calling brain fried. I'm like, my brain's fried. Don't ask me what I want for dinner. Don't ask me if I want to go somewhere. Don't ask me what I want to do on the weekend. I'm not going to be able to give you a good answer. That one more question just feels like the thing that's going to make my brain explode. And you're like, awesome, Sarah, what's this thing? I'm like, well, this is what we call decision-making fatigue. It's been studied over and over and over again. And it shows that after a certain amount of decisions each day, every human's going to be slightly different. Our brain says, it's getting too hard. I'm going to make the easier decision, not the best decision. It also is the part of the brain that impacts your willpower. So if you're finding it hard to resist that piece of chocolate in the fridge, or making a good decision between sitting on the couch or going out for a walk, you'll probably find that this is going to help for you too. So willpower and decision-making all linked up together at the same part of your brain. So I've got 3 solutions for you, because now I've told you what the problem is, we want to fix it. And so 3 of the things that we do in our lives, and I also encourage all of my clients to do, is these 3 things. First one is, I talked about a little bit on my stories today around getting a boss. For me, exercise was always one of the first things that went when I was getting tired, when I was making less good decisions, that easy decision in the moment rather than the good long-term decision. Going to the gym is a good long-term decision. In the moment, it feels really hard and heavy. So I had to get myself a boss. I had to find a gym. It's why CrossFit really appeals to me. I found a gym where I literally only have to make the decision on a Sunday night to book my classes, and then I just show up. I will always be accountable to someone else. And so I show up, and when I get there, I just do what I'm told. Right down to when coach today says, that looks good, put the weight up, I went, I don't feel like putting the weight up, but I put the weight up anyway. Because the whole point of having a boss is you just do what you're told. So you don't have to make any decisions. So get a boss. For some of you, it might be one of your team members. So you delegate things that need doing to them and have them give you instructions, and you just do it. For some of you, it might be in areas at home. You might be able to find yourself, get a boss. So it might be as simple as finding a meal plan and following the meal plan, or a food box delivery and following that. We use that in our house as well. So get a boss. The second thing that you want to do is you want to make one decision that gets rid of all the other decisions. or make one decision that gets rid of 100 other decisions. So examples of this are you see people wearing the same clothes over and over again. I do this. I find one thing I like and I buy it in 3 different colors and I mix and match it with pants that are 3 different colors because I don't get decision fatigue. I'm like, this top goes with these pants always. No decision. So that's one decision that makes all the other decisions easy. You might also set a decision like, I'm not going to eat sugar. So that one decision takes out a lot of options for you during the day because you take sugar out of your diet. There's a lot of things you can't choose to eat anymore. For me, I don't eat breakfast. I have coffee. I have 2 coffees first thing in the morning, and then I have a protein shake. That's it. So those decisions are pre-made for me. So when I'm rolling through a normal day, I don't make any decisions about what to put in my mouth until lunchtime. Easy, right? And then the last one, the last top tip, so get a boss, make one decision that gets rid of 100 other choices. And then the third one is get a really set routine. We were having this conversation at the gym this morning about snoozing alarms. And I was like, oh, I turned the snooze function off. They're like, you can do that? I'm like, yes, you can. So I set my alarm for a certain time. When it goes off, I know I must get up, turn it off and get up because there's not going to be a backup alarm. There's not going to be a second alarm that wakes me up in 10 minutes time or 7 minutes or whatever the setting is. So get yourself a routine and stick to it. It might be your wake up times. It might be the order you do things in the morning. Wake up, drink a glass of water, have a shower, get dressed, have my coffee, wake the kids up. You might set a really solid routine like that. The other time of the day, I find it really easy to do that is at the end of the day. So Scarlett's in bed, I do a yoga or meditation, I grab a shower, I have some time to read a book and have a hot drink, hop into bed, go to sleep. So like really set, don't make any decisions around that. That's just what I do every night. Where are your set routines that prevent you from having to make other decisions? So 1, decision fatigue is a real thing. If you're exhausted and tired and you don't want to decide what's going to happen for dinner or what you're going to do on the weekend, it's totally okay. It's probably because your brain is wrecked from making all the decisions. If you're in a transitionary period in any way, shape or form, whether that be in business or at home, it's likely that you're making a higher level of decisions than normal, and it's really normal to feel that brain fry starting to happen. Your job as the leader in your business is to reduce that decision-making fatigue by looking for ways to do that. My 3 solutions: get yourself a boss, make one choice that gets rid of all the other decisions. Number 3, get yourself a routine and stick to it all the time. I'd love to know, what's the decision that's sending you over the edge at the moment? What is the question that somebody asks you that you get really irritable with? You think, why are you asking me? You get frustrated by. What's that question? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see what's the thing that's tipping us ladies over the edge when it comes to making decisions. All right, people, love you. Got to shoot and do a session on values. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.